Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by today. Today I have a foundation review. I'll be reviewing the new Dior foundation. If you want to see how that foundation works, just keep on watching. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, do so by hitting that red button below. And yeah, so let's continue. So Dior came out with new foundations. They came out with a Dior Forever 24-hour wear high perfection skin caring matte foundation. Damn, that's a long name. With a matte foundation and like more of a dewy foundation, but I actually picked up samples for the matte foundation, and I got 2 samples of it because this foundation is too expensive and I do not want to commit to a $52 foundation. So I just decided to get 2 samples and test it out and see if it's a good foundation. And it's supposed to be it's $52. It's you only get 1 ounce, and they have 28 shades, and it's a matte to velvet matte finish, and it's a medium to full coverage. So I got 2 samples, and I got in shade 1.5 and neutral, which is for fair skin with neutral undertone, and then 1CR, which is a fair skin to cool pink undertone. So I got these two samples, and like I said, this foundation does retail for $52, and they do have 28 shades, and it's a matte finish, a velvet matte finish, and it says it's a medium to full coverage. So we're gonna test it out and see how good this foundation is. And I actually got a decent size of a sample. The lady was really nice of giving me 2 samples, because sometimes they really don't want to give out samples at Sephora. So to prime my face, I'm actually going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Water Drop Primer, and I'm going to be using this primer today because not only does it give you it hydrates your face, but it also blurs the appearance of pores. And so like this foundation is supposed to be really matte foundation. I really want to go with a hydrating primer so it can equilibrium, like, you know, being really matte and having a hydrated face. You know, I always think you always have to hydrate your face when you're going to be using a really matte foundation, and I think this is going to be a really matte foundation, so we need to hydrate. So I'm really excited to try this foundation because I've heard the other Dior foundation is supposed to be really good. But again, they're really expensive foundations, and I really do not want to spend that much money if that foundation's not going to work. Like, for example, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, I know it works for me. It's $42, but I know it works for me. So, I really do not want to spend money in a foundation that does not work for me. Okay, so once we have our face hydrated, I think I'm going to go in with the 1.5 neutral, just because the other one's a little bit too pink. Let's see, let me try it out. Let me see. So this is a 1.5. Okay. Let me add this. And this is the 1CR. There's a little bit more. The 1CR is a little bit more light than the 1.5. The 1CR, it's a little bit too rosy, but I'm not going to be wasteful. I'm still going to be applying all of this. I'm still going to leave this part like this because I do not want to be wasteful, but I'm going to be applying a little bit more of the 1.5. Ooh. And I don't know how much. I'm going to go in with a little bit because this foundation, I'm actually going to be using my beauty sponge right here. And yeah, it does look dirty. I washed it already, but still, you know, it got stained. So I'm going to be just blending this out. And this foundation doesn't have a smell to it. Well, it does have a smell. It smells like alcohol. It does smell like a little bit of alcohol in it. So this is how the foundation looks with just like one pump. I think it just gave me like a medium coverage or like a little lightweight coverage like that. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more. And it says it's a medium to full coverage. So it's a buildable foundation. So you have to keep on adding to you have a full coverage. Because really with those little dots, it just gave me like a really lightweight coverage. So we're going to go in back. A little bit more. And I am breaking out a little bit right here. So I finished applying the foundation, and honestly, the foundation itself, it's really lightweight. It doesn't feel really heavy onto the skin. I think the coverage is definitely like a light to medium. I don't think it's a medium to full coverage. I think if you keep on applying a lot more foundation, it's going to give you that full coverage that you want. But honestly, like, you know, for a medium to full coverage, you would think you only need like a couple of pumps and that's it. But I did like technically like 2 pumps. So it still gave me like a medium coverage. It didn't give me a full coverage because I could still see like a lot of like my acne coming through here. I could still see a bit of my dark spots that I have on my cheek. It doesn't seem like it's clinging into any like weird spots into my face still. Like I have some dryness going on around my face here, and it seems like it's sticking into those areas, but it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, like the foundation doesn't look bad. It's not a medium to full coverage like it says. Like personally for me, it's not. And it just like it seems like it's a really like lightweight, like a little lightweight foundation. Yeah, you could probably build it up to a full coverage, but just for those 2 little pumps that I use, it's not that full coverage, but it does feel like lightweight. And also again, my skin, it's a combination. I have some dry patches, I'm really oily, but right now with, you know, with this cold season, like my skin's a little bit more dry, and I'm very dry around my mouth, and I could see like it's kind of like attaching to those places, which is not that bad. And then with my pores, use that primer. It didn't cover all my pores, but it doesn't look bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna finish my makeup and I'll be right back and show you guys the final product. You know, because you know it's always different when you're putting on all of your makeup and see like, okay, this is gonna work or not, because you know, just because I apply it does not mean that it work or not. So I still have to go on and apply my regular routine to see if it actually like made a difference. So I'll be right back. So I finished doing my makeup, and actually the foundation does not look bad. Like honestly, it doesn't look bad. Although it says like it's a medium to full coverage. For me personally, I think this foundation is more like a light to medium. Yes, you could put on more foundation and build it up, but do you want that? Do you want to just have like a cakey face? For me personally, that's not my look. So I think this is more like a light to medium, but even though like it's a nice coverage, it's not bad. You can still see some of my acne coming through, some of my dark spots, but it's not a bad foundation, because I have to be real, not all foundations are gonna be like super like full coverage. You know what I mean? Like although they say it's gonna be full coverage, they're not always gonna be exact full coverage. But I think this foundation does look good. And when I was putting on my bronzer and my blush and like blending everything out, it didn't move. It actually stayed in place, which I like, because some foundations, sometimes when you put on your bronzer or blush, the foundation tends to move around. This foundation didn't, like not at all, which I really like. And it doesn't look bad. Like honestly, like even on my dry spots, it is clinging a little bit to my dry spots, but it's not bad. You know, like sometimes you could see that crustiness being attacked, but it doesn't look bad at all. Like it looks really nice. I really think this foundation, it's not bad. But for $52, do I really want to pay for a foundation that's like just to light to medium coverage, although it says a medium to full coverage? I honestly think I wouldn't pay $52 for this foundation. I'll keep going into Sephora and getting my samples, but I don't think I will be buying this foundation. I hope this video was helpful for you in deciding whether or not to purchase this foundation. It's up to you if you want to purchase a foundation that costs $52. And again, go into Sephora and get samples of the foundation and try it out and see if you really want to commit to $52. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Also like this video. And yeah, and I'll see you next time. And thank you for watching.